Okay, so I want to briefly talk about, and I'm gonna share everything I know. And this is the No BS guide to being feminine and soft. If you're new to my page, hi, so many babes are joining my page every single day. Hi, welcome. My name is Miss Linda, and I help wives get back the queen treatment that they deserve. So this babe DM'd me, and we started having a conversation, and she's married, and she's like, Linda, I am being the kind of wife that I think is a good wife. I hold the home down. I make sure everything is perfect. Our kid is taken care of. I go to work. I'm loyal. I'm hardworking. And I think I am feminine. Now, as I listened to her talking, I realized so many women do not really understand what femininity is. And according to this babe, she feels that she is what a feminine woman is. Okay. And it really got me thinking about how there's a lot of information everywhere around femininity. Someone will tell you femininity looks like this. Your hair needs to look this particular way. Your makeup needs to look like this. Your dressing needs to be pale pink. It needs to be baby blue. It needs to be yellow. Don't be too loud. Don't be too this. Don't be too that. There are all these rules that are being associated with femininity. And it even got me thinking about a while back. And in fact, I remember we were in the living room. And we had started having a conversation with hubby. And I remember he told me, and this is where I started to wake up in my marriage. And he said, I can never win with you. I can never win with you. And please note, at that point, I thought I was what a good wife is. And it's until I realized femininity is not about what you do. That's why so many women are like, oh my goodness, I thought I'm being feminine. I'm talking to him this way. I'm dressing this way. I'm wearing this. I'm wearing that. How come I'm not getting the treatment I think I deserve? The first myth around femininity, okay? And drop a heart if femininity is something that you think you know, you think you are being feminine, but then like your man is treating you in a particular way and you're wondering, why am I following all these rules and then I'm not even getting date nights with hubby? Why is he not spending time with me? Why is he not doing, we are not connecting anymore? Drop a heart if you can really relate with what I'm talking about, because I'm going to be breaking down a few myths that are there around femininity. Drop a heart. Let me know if you can connect with me, if you can really understand where I'm coming from. And the first myth around femininity is that it's about what you do. So sit this way, talk this way, dress this way, stand up this way, go to this particular kind of a place. This is what a high-value woman is. And the biggest myth with that, it puts you in the role of performing. You start to perform because you think if you do things a certain way, if you wear hair that looks a certain way, that is what a feminine woman is. So I'm going to break down this thing to a science. Femininity is not about all these things you are doing. That's why some of you are saying, okay, I'm doing me. Maybe you're married, you're doing me. And you're like, okay, why isn't this man noticing me? Because you are performing. It's not coming from a genuine place. It's you doing something, it's you sitting a certain way, dressing up a certain way so that your man can notice. And drop a heart if you can relate with what I'm talking about. So that's the first thing. Femininity is not about what you do. And this brings me to the second myth around femininity. The second myth around femininity is that, and yeah, thanks for all the hearts. Thanks for all the hearts. Anyone who's connecting, and feel free to drop your questions. I'll be doing a Q&A as we go along. The second myth around, thanks, Kez. Yes, it's true. The second myth around femininity, okay? The second myth around femininity, so first we've talked about that you need to look a certain way. And I have so many clients who are coming to me. And as we are having this conversation, just hold on. Yes?
After you have the video, can I have ice cream?
Yes, I'll come and give you ice cream. Yeah, my son has been begging me for ice cream, so I'll give him after we finish this. The second myth around femininity is that, so first I've mentioned you need to look a certain way. And what this does, it puts women under so much pressure. There are so many wives, some of them are my private clients. And this is something, in fact, I remember the very first time I got into this femininity journey. For me, it's been a journey of like 4 years. The very first time I stumbled onto the word femininity, and back then I looked at all the people talking about femininity, I felt so intimidated. In fact, I used to look at the word and I used to look at that YouTube channel or books and I'm like, okay, this is not for me. Because for me, I'm a little bit plus size. Now I'm getting smaller into a size 14. Clearly, I'm dark skinned. I never wear weaves. I wear glasses. I could not see this version of a feminine woman who is being taken care of, who is being pampered, who is being looked after. And of course, I was over 30. So I used to wonder, is this thing of being feminine only for the younger babes? Is this thing only for chicks who are like 27 years old, who look a certain way? And to be honest, I felt a little bit insecure. But something deep down kept telling me, you know what, maybe just explore, try to understand this concept. And it was until back then I got my mentor, my very first mentor, Miss Sophia. She looked like me. She looked like me. I saw a mature woman with glasses talking about how to be feminine, and she's an African American, so she is dark skinned like me. Talking about femininity, talking about how to be treated like a princess in your marriage. She introduced me to that concept. And that's why if you're here, if you're like over 35 or you're even 45 and you're here thinking, oh my goodness, this femininity thing is too much. It's not for me. It's just for these YouTube babes. It's just for all this and all that. I'm here to let you know that the fact that you are a woman, yes, you are born a female, yeah? But the fact that you're born a woman, you have femininity within you. Drop a heart, drop a yes if this has, and I'm sure I've spoken to someone today. I have spoken to someone. Because many wives who are coming to me, they are like, oh my goodness, Linda, like we are almost 40. What is this femininity thing? So some of them are even saying that thing is not for me. It's too intimidating. And it's even one of the reasons why I started this page, because I'm like, okay, what happens to babes like us who don't look like Amber Ray? I don't know. She just came to my mind. Who don't look like Kim Kardashian. And let me tell you something. I remember back in uni, We were going out on Friday. In fact, we were like this clique. We all have cliques. And I remember that day, it was like at 7 p.m. So we were walking to our dorms, and I was telling this because my block was the next block and they were all in this other block. Yeah. So I remember telling them, babe, I need some time. I need like 30 minutes to get ready. Yeah. And for some reason, there's always a dark skinned babe. There's always that plus size dark skinned babe who somehow finds herself in a clique with very light skinned looking chicks. It's always like that. So for me, I was always that dark skinned chick, and I always had friends who are pointies, who are white, who are lighter skin tone. But for some reason, dudes always liked me because that's just who I was. That's just my personality. I didn't understand then. So I remember I told them, babe, I need to go. I need like 30 minutes to go and get ready. And I remember these words cut deep. This babe looked at me and she told me, Linda, it doesn't matter how long you're gonna shower, you'll never be lighter. Do you know, for a minute I stopped and I looked, and that comment hurt like hell. And I don't know if you're here, if you can relate. If you can relate with what I'm talking about. That comment hurt me, and of course, over the years, it's something I had to work through with my mentors, with my coaches. That's where inner work came in, just to make it okay. And we've all gone through these kinds of comments, which make you feel like you are less than. And I realized, you know what? No. Somebody can say what they want to say, but it has nothing to do with me. Okay, so of course I had to cut our friendship short because I love myself. And that's when I started to realize, wait a minute. I get to choose how I respond to anyone. So that's the second myth around femininity, that it needs to look a particular way. And society has brainwashed us as women. We've been brainwashed to believe that a certain look is what is hot. And I'm speaking about this because there are women who come to me in private, beautiful women. I look at them across the screen, and I'm like, who hurt her? Somebody hurt her. And what this does, it affects how you show up in a relationship with your man. It affects how you show up in your marriage. Even if you're wearing $1,000 wig, but deep down, you're still carrying this pain from some comments earlier on around how you look like, it affects who you are as a woman. And that's why some of the babes who are so quick to learn how to do makeup, for instance, dress a particular way, do their nails in a particular way, some of them are performing. Drop a yes if you can understand. Some of these people are performing. If you strip everything down, and this brings me to my third point around femininity. True, authentic femininity is who you are. This statement alone will change somebody's life. It is who you are. As Cielo, as Linda, as Tracy, as Nancy, who you are. Who you are meaning how you view yourself. And drop a heart if you can connect. How you view yourself as a babe. One thing I learned, you cannot love a man more than you love yourself. You cannot. And that's why any babe we start working together privately, we start with, who are you? And it really is not any of us. It's not any of our fault. Because we've grown up seeing love modeled in a particular way. If you grew up seeing your dad being distant and your mom fixing everything, for you, that's what you grew up seeing. And then maybe later on, you start getting into relationships, toxic after toxic relationships. Then you end up married. All this negativity will play out in the relationship. So femininity is about who you are. How do you see yourself? Do you feel worthy? Or are you there sitting and thinking, oh my goodness, let me remind this man how to do what he needs to do, because if I don't tell him, nothing is ever gonna get done. If I don't fix this relationship, nothing is gonna get done. If I don't wake him up to take the kids to school, he's not gonna wake up. Because deep down, you believe that men are children. So, let me know if you are connecting with what I'm saying. Let me see if there are any questions. Yes, self-love is key. Yes, yes, yes. It's about your energy as a babe. Who you are, your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions. That's what is presenting to you right now. Even if your man is distant, he is just simply mirroring something. And that's why some women rush to femininity to try to fix their hair, their nails, their whatever, speak a certain way. But if that is not coming from a place of awareness, nothing is gonna work. So like I've mentioned, 3 things, 3 tips that will give you genuine femininity is around being aware who you are, your vibe, your energy. What are your thoughts? How do you think? How do you feel? How do you experience yourself? That's the first thing. The second thing is about really truly understanding yourself. And once you understand yourself, you're able to express yourself. That's the second thing. And the third thing is embracing yourself. Even if you look whatever way, you love yourself just the way you are. Let me see if there are any questions coming up. And one thing I know, and throughout my journey, the one thing I know, any babe who is in a bare minimum marriage right now, the one question I'd like to leave you with is, what is your man teaching you about yourself? If he is ignoring you, where are you ignoring yourself? Drop a heart if this is making your head spin a little bit. Drop a heart. If your hubby is ignoring you, where are you ignoring yourself? If he is not spending on you, if he is neglecting you, where are you neglecting yourself? The one thing I'd love to leave you with, so there's an amazing question, how to recover from what we saw our mothers do, fixing it all. So awareness is the first thing. Awareness is the first thing. What do I mean by awareness? If you saw your mother fixing, and it didn't end up well. Maybe your dad left, maybe whatever. Maybe he became the kind of dad who just used to sit in the house and that's it. If you saw that, and probably chances are because human beings repeat their mistakes, and you come and get a man who probably is showing up like your dad. So the fact that you want to change your story is an amazing starting point. It means you are aware that you are doing some things and you want to change it. So that's the first thing. Once you are aware, you have a choice to make. To let all that go. Forgive your mom. Because one other thing, and I see this a lot with my private clients, so many babes are carrying a lot of pain from their childhood. You have to let that story go. You have to realize that your mom did the best she could with what she knew. And now, you have a chance to create your family, your love life the way you want to. That's the second thing. Let that stuff go. Let it go. The third thing, okay? The third thing is to have deep compassion with yourself. So many babes, what is even a better word? They're so hard on themselves. You grew up being told, work hard. If you don't pass in your exams, your life is over. You work hard, get your MBA, you go to work, you are pushing, you are pulling, you're always performing, always doing this, always doing that, fixing things. Then you reach the home, everything is on your head. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. And choose, you know what? I want a different way. You've let go. And there's a whole process I help my clients with, because these are processes. You can decide whether you want to get therapy, whether you want to get a mentor, whatever it is. For me, I always work with mentors. That's how I invest in myself. Whatever it is, invest in yourself. Because one thing I've learned throughout my journey, you don't know what you don't know. Sometimes, there are many times I will go and I'll have conversation with my mentor and she's like, Linda, am I sensing you are feeling, She's like, why are you scared with this? Why are you fearing this? What is the issue? Sometimes we can't see ourselves. And once you get someone to help you see your blind spots, you have to choose to make different choices. Part of the biggest work that I've done, for me, one of the biggest areas of growth, I used to be a yeller. My goodness, I used to be a yeller. In fact, if there's one thing about femininity I think I can teach from today till next year, is how to speak. Once you are aware where your blind spots are, make different decisions. If you are always yelling, the question is, how can you start to actually speak up from a place of love? If you're always angry, always shouting, always controlling things, where can you let go of control? If maybe you are passive, the thing is, most of my clients, they are very aggressive women because they are MBA, whatever, they are directors, they are career women. So for them, it's so easy to be in the commanding role. They do not know how to trust and let go because maybe they just never saw that growing up. So for a babe like that, how can she start to trust that her man actually is a man? How can she start to trust more and let go of control? Okay, so I hope, Rachel, that is giving you some insights. That's why I stepped away, because it's just a reflection of my thoughts. Now, the other thing about stepping away is you can step away forever. And I think I'm gonna do a free training on this. You can step away forever. I stepped away from my marriage mentally for 3-4 years. I was there but not there, under the name of working on me. Let me tell you, until I realized the biggest work you can do is with your man there. So usually the problem is you step away because you do not know. You are uncertain, you are unsure. Am I doing the right thing? Am I not doing the right thing? So out of fear, you decide, let me step away, avoiding the problem. And I don't know who saw any of my stories. You can actually stay in a bare minimum. There are people who stayed in bare minimum marriages for the rest of their lives. But what I say is, if you see a problem, and this is why I think the internet is amazing. There's everything. Get the support you need. Get the guidance. Get the guidance you need, because you will step away for 5, 6, 7 years saying, I'm working on me. You do all the diets, you lose all the weights, you travel. I used to drink Baileys, like 2, okay, not really 2 bottles, but like a bottle every Friday night. I had invested in all these mentors, but I still did not know what exactly to do in my marriage. Until I came up, I pieced all the information from years of learning, and I developed a framework of how I resolve my relationship. So for me, if you're stepping away, that's good, but step away knowing, what are you stepping away to do? And from there, are you avoiding the problem so that you are just not wasting time? And I say, oh my goodness, those 3 years, I had stepped away mentally. My goodness, if I knew what to do, and that's why I'm so passionate about what I speak, because it's from my experience. I didn't go to church. I didn't have these conversations with parents. I just did extensive research, and it worked on me, and I'm now helping other women. I say stepping away, you can step away for 3 years, for 4 years. Those are 4 years of wasted time, which you could be making beautiful memories with your families. December is coming. December is usually a very sensitive time for families over the holidays, because that's when, yes, you can push away the issue with your marriage, but December, when it is holiday time, you're there together. That's where it starts to become a reminder of, oh my goodness, what do I do? So anyway, I hope that gives you perspective. So how do we put yourself back? You make a choice, you decide. You just have to decide. You decide. You love yourself more than you love the idea of being a wife. It's a decision. At the end of the day, everything around you is a decision. It's a choice. It is a choice. Okay. So, yes, ladies, so let me go. Assertive, not aggressive. I don't understand what that is. Let me see if there's any question. Thank you so much. What if you step away and he lets you go? What are you stepping away for? And I hope that whole conversation, I hope, Linda, you had my perspective on stepping away, because many women are stepping away. What are you stepping away for? You need a plan. Okay. You need a plan. You need a plan of what are you stepping away for how long, what are you doing? Because many of you are messing relationships up because you think stepping away is the solution. But I hope I've shed light because I've spoken quite a bit about my perspective on stepping away. Okay, so thank you so much, ladies. I hope you resonated. If you resonated with anything, just drop a heart and let me know yes. Thanks, Mulatto. If anything, if you related with anything I spoke about, just drop a heart emoji. Let me know if you resonated, whether it's, it's helped you to unlock at least one thing. Thanks, Sin. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you. So enjoy your week. Have an amazing rest of the Sunday and speak with you soon. If you want to DM me, feel free to DM me and let's see if I can help. Bye.